Joe, I just need your opinion on this. So that narcissism video streak that I did for that Dr. Ramani that you beautifully commented on. Thank you for that. Read this question. I don't know when this was written. Let's see when to. So I don't know if you have the requests just for you question. But yeah, I mean, I just. Where did they ask me that question? I don't know. When you. Either way, I posted those videos a couple days ago. And then, yeah, I mean, I just got this question. You have no problem accusing people of their faults, but you forget that you aren't without issues yourself. You never forgive anyone, but when you F up, why don't you ask for forgiveness? Is it your pride? I wonder if my brother started an account or this is like one of Dr. Ramani's people. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to hear your take on it. But yeah, I watched that How They Make Sand. I mean, yeah, glass has been around forever. I did a little tweet about I don't know if you saw that Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos space company, I guess just did the first successful launch of tourists in space. It was Michael Strahan and a bunch of people who were relatives of the original people who went up. But yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, as far as the grand experiment, I don't know. It sounds like it was from the beginning. It was just a weird. I don't know. This was like a book, and that's just how it starts off. And I don't know what source you found to get the transcript of it, but yeah, to me, it was just the theory I was having, where it all started with Pangea, just that supercontinent, and then yeah, I think when humans formed this grand experiment at some point kicked off, and they've just been tracking just I think each little blip is just a new moment, I guess, even to the point where the continents had separated, and then just when religion introduced. I mean, to me it sounds like the Bible has been just a tool of just carrying out the grand experiment, which is just giving humans something to do. But now that we have the right to do whatever we want to do, clearly a lot of us aren't capable of handling that right responsibly. And yeah, I'm about to do a video on just all this stuff happening in Australia with how strict they're being, in which I just totally see the correlation with just how everything happened in America. Yeah, Australia was a democracy, supposedly just like America, where, yeah, because Americans, I don't know. So I'm on this other stance on how I want to approach that. So I'm going to send you a link as soon as I get that video up. But like I said, I don't know if this is my narcissism just getting self-centered. So if you can help self-center me or center me back to myself. But yeah, it's just, when I first started doing these videos, I remember during the Kyle Rittenhouse trials, my biggest hang up was just how black and white was just talking about skin color, when it's just to me, somebody who just sees the light, light spectrum, yeah. So I would post tweets and just post comments on YouTube videos on just, yeah, news stations, local news stations of where these things are happening. And I'm just look, we got to stop addressing black and white as just skin, and that period after these cases, it was the next case was the guy Brooks who drove through the Christmas parade crowd. And I remember just hearing this, and I was oh, great. But then I was oh, they didn't even say the race. Must be a white guy. And then I look, I'm oh my God, it's it's not. And yeah, that was like the first time where I was like, is this me getting too self-centered? Because I was just like, did I have anything to do with that? And then I've been posting comments again and just my judgment on just these news anchors, Fox news anchors especially, and then a lot of them, Brian Williams like stepped down. I don't know. I've just seen a twist in just a lot of anchors who I've like commented on. I can give you an example just like this, but I don't know. This is just kind of like my, I guess my tool, my carrot, just telling me like maybe I am making some kind of a difference. But again, when I did those narcissism videos that like I saw this, and this is where I'm just like, okay, now I got to talk to somebody who knows me and just see if like, yeah, it's crazy coincidences, but they're just coincidences. So thank you. Yeah, as far as just U.S. money, I had a video that I saw just about how U.S. money is like created and printed. I had no idea that banks are pretty much in charge. Like, I don't know if you know, I'll try to find the video, but the video says that whenever a bank issues a loan and then submits it to the government, that's when the government prints that money. So it's the banks who are like creating the money. It's not the government, it's just the banks. So yeah, I don't know. There's really no one party to point the finger except at the fact that sentient beings just seem to not have shown a self responsibility or self mechanism to recognize that like you said, no matter where you go, there you are. It's just like so many people just seem to not have that mechanism that's just like, oh yeah, okay, you're right. Like I'm here, yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, keep in touch. Yeah, that Honest Carpenter. There's another guy called the Handyman or something like that. And he just gives out business advice as a handyman and just like hypes that job up. But that video that you sent me about the accidents, like that brother, like, geez, and that's just one of those things where, yeah, I don't know. Like I would love to try to see if I can start helping him, but yeah, I mean, like just as I was watching that story and emailing you like in the middle, sorry about that. I'll try to keep all the emails in one as I finish the videos. But yeah, I don't know how many ladders you've fallen off of or just what your worst work injury was, but I think I told you just like everybody in my family, except for my younger brother who had just like refused to do manual labor or whatever me and my family would do it, which is justified because everybody who has done manual labor in my direct family has fallen off a ladder. It started with my mom when I was growing up. I remember just your guys' generation, just no regard for safety, where my dad, we had a 2-story house and my dad and mom were on the roof trying to paint the 2nd-story exterior, and just the peak of the roof, my dad like had just a little 10-foot ladder on the slope of the roof with my mom at the edge of it, just being the support. And yeah, me and my brother are in my room, which was the room that was like right in front or right behind that they were working on. So we just see the shadow, and then all of a sudden just like and then just like silhouettes of people falling. And then all of a sudden we just like open the shade, and yeah, my mom is just on the driveway. And it was just like the most horrific memory. Yeah, I mean, like, I hadn't thought about that for a while, but yeah, just all the ladder stuff. And then, yeah, she ended up breaking both her wrists, both her ankles shattered. She was in a full body cast and just in a hospital bed that we rented and had it in the living room. And so again, just those accidents, like I am just so particular now that I'm like starting to do these jobs on my own and just having to go through those safety violations that again, like when my dad then like was working on the roof at their new house, and it's just like a little roof over the deck that kind of hangs over the pond that they have. And yeah, I heard that he was cleaning out the gutter and he just like fell off while he was like on the ladder, and he was just like I guess literally like a foot away from just like this gigantic boulder that they have in the middle, like, which I'm like, oh my God, we were just cutting down trees, and yeah, he just was trying to help me out, and as the branch like swung down, it just kind of clipped him, and he just went back into the pile of, you know, sticks and stuff that I had piled up, or just even the uncut branches that I was getting ready to trim. And I just remember seeing this thing swing and just like, and it just like, I'm on the ladder and it swings by me, and then I just see my dad there and I'm like, and it just knocks him and he just goes into the pile. And I'm like, oh my God, my dad is just like, he's been pierced. But like, by the grace of God, I was like, Dad, are you okay? And he's just like, yeah, just help me up. And I'm just like, are you like, check yourself? Like, do you know what you just fell into? It's just twigs everywhere, like coming out here. And he's just like, what? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I pulled him out, and literally it was like I said, like a grace of God. But I was just like, Dad, this is a sign that maybe we should just really think about how much our safety is like of value. You know, because if you just want to spend money, then I will just do this because I don't want to see that happen again. But yeah, when I finally fell off a ladder doing a paint job when I was like in high school, it was my last day. And I was like actually proud because I was like, oh, I'm the only one that didn't make it. And then on my last day, I was doing an exterior prep, and the shrubs that they had in front of the house were just like that perfect height where my angle, the slope of my ladder was just, it was good while I was up there. But as I was coming down, you know, with my tools and stuff, I just remember like, do, and then I look up, and all of a sudden I'm just like, huh? And I just see the siding just like sliding down. I'm like, what? And the next thing I know, I'm like mangled in in the rungs of the ladder. And my boss was just like, it's your last day, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, Mike, I'm sorry. Be honest, I saw this coming, but yeah, I'm good. Luckily, these shrubs were here. But yeah, I have so many ladder stories, but yeah, hope you're safe. At least now I know what to get you for Christmas. I'm gonna get you some like safety gear or something like that. But yeah, yeah. So let me know what you think, because at the end of the grand experiment, it says the purpose is to keep the grand experiment going. So again, like the end of the Bible is just like, there's nothing to be added here. And again, I think that the point where the grand experiment's been going from there is when England, I guess the British Empire formed. I don't know if you caught the latest Jordan Peterson video that he posted about why he loves Britain, but take a look at that and tell me what you think. So, hey man, thank you. Let me know what you think about this. Am I crazy? Am I just taking coincidences too far? But hope you're having a good day, and hope you like that Bill Burr. And yeah, let me know what you think.